morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you, Drew, so much for having me on your platform, Like Minds, this incredible leadership platform, and on this episode of the Business Breakfast Channel TV. As sure as I am that my name is Frederique Murphy, I believe with every single fiber in my body that your mindset has everything to do with your results or your lack thereof. Now, mindset sometimes can be, thrown in a little bit like a big word. So what is mindset? Mindset is your philosophy of life. View it as everything. It drives every single thing that you do in your life, at work and at home. In the way that you lead yourself, you lead your career, your business, your organization. I am absolutely passionate by mindset. I have been for close to 2 decades, very consciously. And over the last few years, I have created this platform called Maintain Moving Mindset. And this does exactly like it says on the tin. When your mindset is strong enough to move a mountain, your mindset is strong enough to accomplish anything. And using science, neuroscience, behavior change, and positive psychology, I've put together a series of shifts and strategies to help you use the power of your mind to rewire your brain. Because when we do this, the extraordinary awaits from us. And over the next 15 minutes, I am very excited to take you with me on a journey through an M3 path where the extraordinary happens. And talking about a journey, I'm reminded of a journey that changed everything for me. I was 18 years old, and for lack of better word, my world had collapsed and I could not take it anymore. And I packed everything I owned into this one bag. I remember one luggage, the 23 kilo, 50 pound limits luggage. And I hopped onto a plane. And I remember in the plane, the stewardess at the time started talking, and now I know that she said, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dublin Airport, where the local time is 5:43 p.m. At the time, the only word I understood in that sentence was the word Dublin. So I knew I was in the right place. And despite some nerves, I was ready. I was ready for a journey of adventure and discovery, a journey like you and I are about to take. You are incredible. And I see you think, but Frederique, how do you know? I know you are incredible because you have an incredible brain, and I know brains. And this is exactly where we're going to start. In this introductory session, what I want to provide you is as much as I can in 15 minutes. And we have to start with your brain. And an engaged brain learns better, retains better, and performs better. So I would like to encourage you to grab a piece of paper and a pen and write a few numbers for me. The first number I want you to write is 1. And then the second one I want you to write is 1.5/3. And then the third one I want you to write is 86 billion. And then the fourth one is 7,000. Got it? Now, you have one incredible brain. Your brain fits in the palm of your hand. It weighs on average, an adult brain weighs on average 1.5 kilo, 3 pounds. Now, wait for this amazing number. Obviously, I've already given it a clue, 86 billion. And I'm going to grab my friend here. His name is Nuri. And Nuri is a very enlarged version of a nerve cell, a neuron. And you, yes, you have 86 billion of neurons in your brain. 86 billion. But wait for this. It gets even more brain-blowing. Now, do you see those little things? And we're not going to go too academic, so we're going to just call them like little white strings. Do you see them? They are called dendrites. And they are really, really important because using the dendrites is where the signal goes from one neuron to another neuron to communicate, creating circuitry. The circuitry in your brain with wires and circuits, creating pathways. Per neuron, you have an average of 7,000 dendrites. So now, this is where our brain just goes, psh, 86 billion multiplied by 7,000. That's how incredible you are. In fact, you have more pathways in your brain than there are skies in the sky. This brings me to the most amazing ability. You have the ability to shape your brain. This is called neuroplasticity. And I know it sounds like a big word, but it does exactly like what I just said, shaping your brain. You having the ability to wire and rewire your brain. This is an ability that does not stop when you've reached adulthood. I know it was like an old myth that we can put aside. We've totally blasted it. You can do this. You've been doing this already on this business breakfast show now with us today, already doing it. And we're going to do it a lot more because what I specialize in is self-directed neuroplasticity, whereby I inspire and equip you to use the power of your mind to rewire your brain. You see, when you take charge, when you lead, you can make sure that your brain goes up the path that you want it to. And as we are here today, and the name of the episode is Lead Beyond the Edge, happens to be the name of my very recently published book, Lead Beyond the Edge, The Bold Path to Extraordinary Results. And in this book, I take you through the bold path to extraordinary results, your results. You using self-directed neuroplasticity, which is the solution to your dreams, to your goals, to your aspiration, combined with the framework that I have put together, the success framework. You see, and I'm sure you'll be nodding along with me because we've all seen it. Do you know it's like it's a drawing, and it's like a two-part usually, and at the top it says, you know, what success, what we think success look like, and there's like just like one really, really super nice, like one straight line, you know, that goes from down up. And then at the bottom, at the second half of the paper, it usually says what success is actually like. And then someone has gone and they're gone like loads of drizzle, and it kind of goes up and down, and it's like, and I want to challenge this model. And I created and wrote Lead Beyond the Edge to do exactly this, to revolutionize the success path, because it does not have to be that messy dribble. It can be very focused. And my framework has 3 circuits and 12 wires. The wires helping you build that new circuitry in your brain. And each wire helps you with one challenge along the way. When you think of your goals, I want you to think of it as a path, a journey, a goal journey. And it starts here, where, at the very, very start, when you go, I want to do it, whatever that it is, right? We've all got our it. And then loads of things happens. And then here we are here. I did it. And this goal journey, this framework of mine, takes you making sure that from your I want to do it, you have every single thing that you need to never, ever stop yourself in your track. Because when you read the talk synopsis today, there was this big question. And the question said, how would you like to never stop yourself in your track? This is when you know how your brain works, so that your brain is with you on the journey and works with you as opposed to against. And so I thought, in this teaser session, but still wanted to give you as much as I could, I've picked 3 different things that we're going to do and continue learning on this session together. So let's call them A, B, and C. So A is going to be about that high level, because I know we've just went from I want to do it, I did it. And so there is a magic formula. So you'll say, Frederique, what is it? And at a very high level view, the magic formula is to ensure that between your I want to do it and your I did it, you have a continuous flow. Continuous flow, the state of I am doing it. This does not mean hustle, not sleep, and burn yourself out. This means mindfully doing it so that nothing stops you in your tracks. Because when nothing stops you in your tracks, you move along and you reach the I did it. 3 moments must align. Ready for number 1? Number 1, which is circuit 1 in the book, has everything to do with your beliefs. You see, your beliefs are everything because they ignite your extraordinary. As a keynote speaker on stage, I live for that moment when I see my attendees reach that moment. Their eyes start to sparkle that little bit more. Their cheeks are getting rosier, and there is a distinct shift in their posture. That moment is the moment when you believe. And when you believe that you can, it ignites everything in front of you. Then the second moment you have to align with is everything to do with your attitudes, which is circuit number 2. And with your attitudes, this is where you want that can-do attitude, that nothing will stop you. This has to do with resilience, for instance, learning how to be resilient. And all of us right now in this extraordinary time that we are experiencing, we know something about resilience. Now, beliefs, attitudes. Circuit number 3, behaviors. You doing it. When you align your belief with your attitude and your behavior, at a very high level, this is your 3-step change formula for accomplishing any of your goals, any of your aspirations. So now let's move to B. And for B, what I thought, because I was really thinking, what is it that I can give in such a short term, but still be so actionable, because I'm very result driven. And I want you to leave this segment with things that you already can do. So in B, we are going to talk about emotions. Emotions are really important. Your emotions are really important. And what I want to teach you here is that your emotions are different from your feelings. I know some people use the words interchangeably, but that is incorrect. This is not how it works. This is not how your brain views it. And this is not what makes you be at your best. Emotions come first, feelings second. And the easiest trick to help you remember is that in the alphabet, E comes before F, emotions before feelings. Your emotions are chemical. When your brain gets flooded with neurochemicals. And then here is the gap for knowledge and power that you want to grab to gain control. Your feelings or your interpretation of those emotions into feelings. So emotions come first, and they are chemical releases. And yes, they will give physiological reaction. But, and that's an enormous but, you interpret those emotions into feelings. So you have the power to catch yourself in the act if you've interpreted it in the way that is not helping you. That's as simple as that. I love simplicity. There is an amazing, empowering feeling about being simple, approaching things in a simple way. And sometimes we lose this. Simplicity is really, really empowering. Catch yourself in the act. Use that awareness. Is this feeling helping me for where I want to go? If not, guess what? You picked it. So change it. And now we are moving to C. For C, I wanted to give you a shift, like we've been doing strategies and shift. And that shift is helping you with something where a lot of people do it. You know, when you wait for motivation to strike, to take action? Mm-hmm. Well, let's not do this, because this is not how your brain works. And we are here to learn how brain works best. Now, again, a handy trick for you, a mnemonic for you to help you remember how it works. If you take another piece of paper and you write the word I am, I-A-M, don't do the apostrophe. So I-A-M, I am. And here is something that you may have never thought of before. But you see, waiting for motivation to strike for you to take action does not work, because action precedes motivation. A-M, action precedes motivation. This is how you are in charge, because you can easily gain control. And when you take action, that first step on your way, you ignite a feel-good and productive loop that is going to release this chemical called dopamine in your brain. And dopamine kicks in this loop. It's both productive and feel-good. And you are then motivated to continue to get that feeling. And you do it again and again and again and again. So action precedes motivation. And there you have it. use these shifts, these strategies to help you use the power of your mind to rewire your brain. I encourage you to step into that power of yours. I've shown you 3 actionable ways for you to see where you could get control along the way so that you can go towards your extraordinary. Because when you are at your best, you inspire and drive people around you to be at their best too. Because right now, there is only one thing left to do, because we have arrived. Here I was at Dublin Airport. I had landed. And I was ready. I was ready to take charge. I was ready to gain control. I was ready for my adventure to start. Like you are ready to do your extraordinary. The same way that I am so immensely looking forward to meeting you during our Q&A.